that music! It's Sunday night. I'm OMGPOP Sci-Funk. I have a very special guest with me tonight for the first time ever co-hosting on Sunday Night Fights. Your favorite USF player, Romeo! What's up, Romeo?
Hi, Emmy. Thanks for having me.
It is our pleasure entirely. Man, you casted how many games yesterday?
11.
11. Awesome. And where can fans of your show see those games?
They can see them on my YouTube channel.
All right,
which is
man.
Romeo and Juliet, Kotu, or something like that. You could Google it.
Okay. It's also featured in Kotu.org. If you go to the VOD section and the drop-down feature channels, you'll find Romeo's channel on YouTube. I am right now chatting with Simon, and we got to make sure that they get their game going. OMGPOP says he's eating. You got to start, guys. All right, we're live. We're waiting for them to get their game kicked off, and as soon as they do, we're going to jump into their game. And then, of course, we're going to have to wait 8 minutes for the delay. So we got a little bit of warm-up time for you guys. We can interact perhaps a little bit with the chat. I see that my director of social media is here, Von Klug. He shared our show on Facebook. And I have to give thanks to Cynthia for yesterday at Relic, Cynthia Ree. She shared our stream on Facebook as soon as we went live, and so we got a lot of hits from their 400,000 likers on Facebook. And what we're looking for today, Romeo, we're looking for some love from the Twitch homepage. We sent them the email and the little thumbnail and all that, and let's see how. I'm interacting with Simon, making sure we're getting this game started. Yeah, we're gonna have a little. For the first time, we're gonna do a passworded thing, and the reason we're doing that is not necessarily to lock everybody out, which is kind of a bummer, but I think that allows you to see the chat. I'm not sure though. But Relic, they said in their last patch that they made a little update to the obs mode, and they said that passworded people see chat. So we're gonna see if that's the case. I haven't tried it yet. This is the first time I've ever tried it. Romeo, tell us a little bit about yesterday's goings on. I mean, what's the state of the tournament right now?
A lot of amazing games yesterday, Ami. I really enjoyed casting a lot of them, although it certainly took a lot of stamina out of me. But I think that there are not a lot of huge surprises here at this point. We were seeing a lot of big names at this point, so everyone's this is where things are really going to start getting interesting.
Yeah, on that point, out of our top 8 seeds, only one of them is missing from the round of 8, which is what we're about to cover, the quarterfinals. And that's Twister. He was upset by another original franchise legend, Symbiosis, in 2 excellent games that we were privileged to cast yesterday on Sunday Night Fights. Those games are actually rendering right now, and they'll be on our YouTube channel as soon as I'm able to get a free chance to click the public button and send them out. But yeah, I've been trying to get the games slowly but surely move them over from Twitch to YouTube so that they are saved for posterity. So yeah, our number 3 seed is gone, but replacing him is the legend Symbiosis, the master of endurance, the king of fortitude. And man, Romeo, I'm so this is so bittersweet right now because I want to be in all those other games. I'm looking at the games list and I'm seeing Barton and Cruz starting their game, and I want to go in there.
Well, there will be plenty of time to cover all of those games, hopefully, throughout the course of history.
Well, we got to get on it quick, though, because you know how Relic likes to do little patches,
That's
true.
So,
if there are other casters there that want to cover some of these round 5 games that we're going to miss, you should jump on them, tonight or tomorrow and get them casted before a patch might break them, because you never know. So, all right, so let me just refresh the games list here and see if... Nope, they haven't got it quite going yet. Barton and Cruz are going. I don't see any of the other games starting, so they're taking a bit to get going. Let's go look at our round of 8 poll real quick. I started a poll last night in the middle of the night, and here you can see it on the stream. This is my special round of 8 poll, and you still have time to vote in it. I put the link in the chat, but you can try to check it out. All right, so I'm getting other passwords coming in from players that are starting. Ooh, maybe that's why it's not in my list. Oh, my goodness. I hope we don't get, nixed by this password thing. I hope it still shows up. because I think they started. Wait, this is important. Sorry, priorities. Because I'm not seeing Symbiosis' game either. And he
Switch
says...
to the friend games drop down and see if it's there.
Yeah, that's what I'm in. And, oh boy. Let's see. Okay, the game has started, and it's not in my friends list. All right, so now... Okay, is it yet? Simon's game. Okay, thank goodness. Okay, enter password. Here we go. Here we go. All right, here we go. I'll take you guys in with me because I'm just so thrilled. We're going to have some time to kill, but I found the game. Simon's game. Here we go. All right, so let's see if it shows you the password. I don't even care if you guys know it. Doesn't matter. I just want to see the chat. Let's see. Go code 2. All right. Was that it? Let me just check. Yeah, okay, that's it. So, watch game. All right, it accepted my password. Thank the heavens. All right, so guys, we're going to be loading in. Excellent. And then we know, of course, that there's going to be an 8-minute delay, so you're not going to miss anything. Don't worry, there's no rush. So back to this poll, the round of 8 poll. Here we go. So the top match, Jeslyn versus Vindicare X. That is just such a colossal landslide. 93% of you voted for Jeslyn, our top seed, versus our number 8 seed. Intense. Any comments on that? Were you able to watch Vindicare and Vaughn? That was like an insane game. Computer Heat just casted it. Were you able to watch that, Romeo?
No, unfortunately. I did watch Cruz versus Paul during round 4, as well as Honey Nuts versus Jeslyn, but I didn't catch Vindicare and Von Ivan's game.
Neither did I, but I was really interested in it, and I was glad that Computer Heat casted it just now previous to this stream. And there was this moment where Vindicare X was backing this Panther around his HQ to avoid all these T-3040 85s that were hunting it, and there was marked target on it, and he backed the Panther like all the way into the back corner of his base, and Von Ivan rushed this other Panther in, trying to get the last kill shot, and the T-34 had like full health rushing into the base. The Panther had no health, and somehow the Panther still survived, and the T-34 was killed. It was an incredibly close game. I hope that Computer Heat moves those to his YouTube, so you guys can check that out later. But anyway, so yeah, Vindicare had to struggle to get to where he is, and now he's got to face the Alienware Arena EU champion Jeslyn. So that's happening right now. Cruz and Barton, you can see, is a lot closer. Barton, our Sunday Night Fight Season 5 champion, got 61% of the vote, and Cruz got 39% of the vote. And Cruz was actually seated higher than Barton because he beat Barton in Alienware Arena. So he got a slightly higher seed. Okay, and then we have down in the bottom bracket, we have the game that we're about to see after this. We're loading right now. We have OMGPOP, our NA Alienware Arena champion, versus Aimstrong, our TFN champion. And my game just went in, and it looks like they're moving. Okay, I'm going to pause that right quick, and then let's just finish up here. The other match that's happening is another one that I would love to see. Symbiosis and Love Nest. Love Nest got 73% of the vote. I was in the minority there, I have to tell you guys. You're not supposed to be biased as an organizer or caster, but I voted for Symbiosis. I was in the minority. You can see right there my vote. All right, and then finally, I asked people, since later on today we're going to do the semifinals. We're going to do the best of 5 semifinals later today. Crazy, wonderful. I asked who's going to win the top bracket, and Jeslyn got 85% of the vote. Barton got 13%. And who's going to win the bottom bracket? The leader there is our number 2 seed, OMGPOP, but only with 49% of the vote. And then a split between Aimstrong and Love Nest, 23% of the vote each. So, all right. Romeo, this is our first time casting together. Are you ready?
That's true, it is.
You think we can handle it?
Ready.
Are you gonna be my man to correct me on M20s and M8s and MHA1s
I fully
and Jackson
intend to
30
correct all of your mistakes.
28s? Thank you, Lord, for sending me this angel. All right, guys, so we got it covered. We're ready. They're in game. What else is there left to talk about? I got the player cards of these guys, but we'll look at those before the next game. How about we just get the party started? Can I, if I do a really quiet, there's nothing good about doing a quiet "Let's ready to rumble," but I want to do that without getting sued. I'm not allowed to say that anymore, Romeo. I got a letter from a lawyer. No, I'm just kidding. They wouldn't notice. Maybe I'll take a risk next time. All right, guys. Try to say the stem food. I'm too excited. I can't say his name. Anyway, he provided the soundtrack to our show here. He provided those great fight songs that you just heard. So let me make sure that that's all done. It is, and now I'm finally ready. Okay, take a breath. 1 second. Stefenfu. All right, here we go. All right, guys. I am going to unpause, and I don't need to count in because Romeo and I are linked in the South. The quarterfinals. Oh, I didn't get my overlay going. Okay, Romeo. This is great though. This is great. I can pause. It's so cool. You're laughing at me, but some things you got to sort it out. You got to sort it out. You got to get everything right. I'm a perfectionist. Everything has to be right. All right, OMGPOP is going to be on the right, and he is playing Okave. He'll be red. And USF for Simon. All right, 0-0, best of 3. Okay, my overlay is ready. Back in game. Here we go. Okay, so
all right.
In the southwest of Semoski, this is round 5, best of 3. Fighting in the blue trunks out of the blue corner, playing the USF. We have our TFN champion, the number 7 seed in this tournament from Denmark, Aimstrong. This is the part Romeo. Dude, you got to put more. Dude, you're like Cepha with the drum roll. You got to put more effort into it. All right, here's your next chance. Ready? Fighting out of the northeastern corner of Samoski, wearing the red trunks. It's our North American Alienware Arena champion and our number 2 seed in this tournament, representing Canada, OMGPOP.
America, woo!
He's from Canada, dude.
North America, the continent. That's what I meant.
All right, we'll give it to you. North America, woo. Okay, but I appreciated the enthusiasm. The enthusiasm was there, and that's what counts. All right, we have a little bit of truck action happening in the center. He's removing bits of cover here and there with the SWS, or Schwere Wehrmacht Schlepper. How's your German, Romeo?
Not very good. I can sort of pronounce Kübelwagen. That's about it.
That's quite good. That's quite good. Nice work. All right. Aimstrong hops into the house with his first rifle squad, moving into the center of Samoski. Hops into that Russian Orthodox church where he's got great line of sight. Spots the Schwer Wehrmacht Schlepper and decides to go start capping. Let's see. He's going to finish that point and stay in cover. These guys, they're crisp. You know, Aimstrong just came out of that practice game that you mentioned versus Symbiosis. He said to me in chat, I wanted an easy warm-up game, and I got Symbiosis and auto match.
We don't have any extra rear echelons from Simon, which is pretty unusual. I think on Simoski, it's really helpful to get that extra rear echelon out for capping power, but I guess he just wanted the full firepower of just rifles right out of the gate.
So three rifle squads back to back. OMGPOP has already selected his doctrine. It's Fortifications Doctrine. What do you think of that?
I'm not at all surprised. That's almost exclusively the doctrine we're seeing in this tournament from OKW because of the Pack 43, essentially. And the doctrine is not that important for OKW since all of their non-doctrinal features are so strong. So the Pack 43 really complements them really well.
We see 3 engagements going on simultaneously. Rifles versus folks in the north, which are back. Rifles are sort of backing away from each engagement, and the rear echelon troops actually retreated in the south. So once these Sturm Pionier realize that they've cleared the way, they can go over and cap this strat point in the very south of the map, and that's what they're going to start doing right now. And we see that Simon has garrisoned the church once again. He's hopping in and out. All the Volks from OMGPOP are piling into the green cover next to the graveyard. And Simon's bringing some more rifles in from the north.
Simon's also producing a lieutenant. Unfortunately, you can't see the tech choices of USF in that little progress thing in the top left. I hope they fix that, but lieutenant's about halfway done, and I'm thinking he's probably going to go for a quick light vehicle.
That is an excellent observation. I had to quickly go to the base to show it. I guess I got the hotkeys on the base. I can F1, F2, F3, F4, and show you in this little information window what's happening in the American base. Interesting, the Volksgrenadiers of OMGPOP from the north have entered the center of the map to join the fray. and they're going to hop in and beat these rifles into this house. The other Volksgrenadiers, there are now 4 squads of them in the center fighting rifles. The rear echelons are coming up. Some reinforcements are happening. Down in the south, we have some rifles capping. So it looks like Simon has decided that he's going to give up these skirmishes. You know, he has really no chance of winning this skirmish in the center while his rifles are capping in the south. But he doesn't want to get completely run out. Go ahead.
I was just going to say he's clearly just stalling for time here in the middle. He would have brought his riflemen there in the south back up to support in that engagement, because you're right that he definitely can't win this, but he still has control of the center victory point, and he can spread his squads out and take the flanks while his Volksgrenadiers are so occupied there and like clumped up in the center of the map.
Someone get us out of here!
They are doing that. Now he's got, let's see, this a very understrength Volk squad that OMGPOP is keeping in the center of the map. Okay, he's finally going to hard retreat them, and I wonder, these rifles fighting against the Sturmpioniere in the south, this long-range fight, the rifles are too weak to go charge into them. You don't want to do that. You don't want to close the gap against Sturmpioniere. So he's just going to have to stay there for a while. He's bringing another squad up. The lieutenant is out, and with their bar, they're going to be able to send these Sturmpioniere away. Also out on the field, welcome to the show, is the classic 5-minute M20 from Aimstrong.
Yeah, but OMGPOP built directly to counter that. He's already got a Puma almost complete. He's had fuel transfer on for a while to get that Puma out as quick as possible, and it's going to hit the field before 6 minutes. And that Puma, the utility car is going to have very little time to place that anti-tank mine before the Puma arrives to push it away.
Not only that, but one squad of Volksgrenadiers is upgraded with a Shrek, so it looks like OMGPOP is prepared. These guys, you know, have been watching each other play. Now that we have observer mode, you can't let ladder practice in secret. It's pretty much impossible to smurf. Even if you do smurf, you would have to get that smurf account into like the top 10 just to get good games. So, you know, there's no real way to smurf without people seeing you. So, I mean, a lot of these guys have practice partners that they train against in custom games. But, you know, I'm sure that OMGPOP knew exactly what Simon would build.
Absolutely, especially with U.S. forces, you have such limited options. And in fact, I'm really surprised to see him pick U.S. forces, although I do think it's very strong on this map.
Do you think we're going to see an M20 canister shot? Because if we do, I don't want to miss it.
The M20 doesn't have canister shot. The M20
I did it again!
The AT mines, the smoke, and the bazooka and the crew.
I'm cursed, man. I'll never hear the end of that. Which one is which?
The M8 has canister shot, and that's part of Recon Commander.
It looks exactly like an M8.
It does look like it, but Simon has actually picked Airborne Commander rather than Recon.
Okay. Right on. Thank you. Someday I will figure that out. Or maybe I'll never figure it out, and I will repeat that error forever. I made that same mistake in the other Aimstrong game that I cast just a few days ago. I think,
so like I mentioned before, that Puma is a real problem for the M20. It really doesn't, it can't make the impact against OMGPOP's infantry that I think Simon was hoping. And he's just kind of now has to like circle around the flanks with it and try and find opportunities.
I wonder, I think OMGPOP is going to be playing USF as well, and he might indeed go recon for canister shot. I'm not sure, though. We'll see. That's what a little birdie told me. We'll see.
I think it's possible, but the benefits of airborne are so strong that it makes it really hard to justify not going airborne most of the time.
It's interesting that Simon popped his crew out to get the Zuka and then put another squad in to drive the M20 around. That's a good little tactical trick.
Yeah, it is a good trick, but ultimately the bazooka doesn't perform that well against the Puma. It takes like a zillion shots to take it out, and it's also super inaccurate. It's already fired twice, and it hasn't landed a shot yet.
Now the Puma's got 100% health. All right, well, OMGPOP looks like he's controlling what he wants to control. We're still seeing some flanking by Simon. He's got the wing, he's got the VP on the right totally capped, and now he's going for the ammo. So, you know, OMGPOP traditionally has just not cared about harassment. You know, I guess it's a strategic decision, because it's not like he doesn't have the micro. I mean, he could easily send one squad over there. He has the micro and the multitasking, but strategically he decides to throw everything he's got, like right up the middle, and he knows that if he can push out the hard point and maybe get a Samoski pin happening, that eventually he's going to be able to win and then back cap like much later on. But okay, now interesting. Now he is sending squads over to deal with this. I guess he's not so happy with this understrength rifle squad capping up the southern part of the map away from him.
The fact of the matter is, without munitions control, Over Commando West will really fall behind later on. They need Panzerschrecks, especially against U.S. forces, to deal with the just swarms of medium armor. One Puma, I mean, a well-microed Puma can be devastating, but you really need, eventually you just need Panzerschrecks or you won't be able to keep up.
Okay, Aimstrong has his ambulance out in the front. He refuses to give away this connecting point, which connects him to the northern portion of the map where he has that ammo coming in. And he's drawing the line in the sand right about where that church is. That's no man's land. I can pop Fog of War on for you, and I can show you that Simon only sees one or two of OMGPOP's units. Of course, when he gets in the church, he can see almost all of them.
I think it's also kind of interesting that OMGPOP has not gone straight for Tier 4. He went with Mechanized Regiment first, and then actually side-teched to Battle Group Headquarters for healing and a retreat point. So he's actually going to be very late to bring his Obersoldaten and high-tech vehicles like a Panther to the field.
Wow, he spent the manpower on that forward retreat point. He is really focusing on controlling the center, and he never plans to relinquish it. I mean, when you put your truck up there and you spend that manpower on retreat point, you're pretty much committing to holding that territory. Because if you ever lose that territory, if you ever lose that fight, your truck goes down, your manpower for retreat point, well, you keep that, right, when the next truck comes out. But still, I mean, if that position falls in the center, he's pretty much out of it. I mean, he's going to be really hurt. So he's depending on the fact that he can hold the center of Samoski.
And he went Fortifications Doctrine for that exact reason. He's going to have MG34s. He's probably later on going to have a PaK 43 and maybe ultimately a King Tiger. So it's not exactly easy for U.S. forces to unseat a defensive position like this.
Man, when you said King Tiger, I got a little bit excited inside. I would love to see it. I don't think I've seen a King Tiger yet in any of the casts that I've done on Sunday Night Fights channel. We would have to give a bell-ringing red carpet welcome to that glorious unit.
I think if there's a map where such a unit is possible, it's this one. Either that or Langreskaya.
Yeah, Langreskaya yesterday, everybody seemed to just want to get Panthers.
We just saw major artillery on the on that house over there from Simon, and I've always said that anytime you use that ability, you just made a mistake. I really think that was a waste of 120 munitions. He inflicted no casualties. That's going to set him back on his upgrades on his paratroopers that he just dropped.
Look how aggressive OMGPOP is being, setting up his battle group headquarters, or Schwerer Panzer headquarters, sorry, right in the middle of the map. That is so far forward.
That is insanely aggressive.
Do you think he's going to be able to keep that alive through the duration of the contest?
Honestly, no, I don't think so. I think that's a terrible placement, and especially against an airborne opponent, he's going to be able to paradrop himself an AT gun and start blasting that thing. I think that placement is a mistake, but I guess we'll see. maybe he'll prove me wrong.
Wow, that is really aggressive from OMGPOP. You know, he's got the retreat point there. Look, you know, that forward retreat point is, we can't state enough how important that is. Just the saving the time from running all the way back to your base here and then running all the way back to the field. Like the time saved, it could be like an entire minute to, you know, saved retreating, reinforcing, and re-entering a squad into the fight. So it is hugely important. And you know, look at the mini map. How many units OMGPOP has welled up in the center of Samoski.
Look at the insane harassment that this Puma is laying on Simon. He is furiously microwaving those light vehicles away from it. He has 2 damaged engine light vehicles back there. His M20 doing a little bit better, and he's just desperately screening with a 1 bazooka. He really needs an AT gun, but he hasn't hit 4 command points yet, so he's just desperately waiting to get one out.
So I mean, let's see. Do we have a retreat point set up for USF where he can retreat to the front of the map here or not?
Yes, we absolutely do. Major hit the field a while ago, and that's before, of course, he got his Scott. So we do have a forward retreat point there set up next to the ambulance. He's be able to use that to heal up his riflemen and sort of maintain his hold on this little house on his side of the river. Because obviously, if his forward position falls, then he may never make it back onto the battlefield with against his opponent's MG34s.
So Aimstrong's Scott howitzer motor carriage is on the field, so he has some indirect fire that he can lay in against OMGPOP. I can't believe it. You know, these two great players, and we're seeing like the campiest game, but it's campy in a way that you never see. Like in a 4v4, these guys are sitting right next to each other. I mean, look how close they are to each other. You know, here's the forward retreat point for the USF, the major. You can see his little icon there. And here's the forward retreat point for the OKV, and literally they are spitting distance from one another. This is going to get so intense in the center as stronger and stronger units hit the field.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not even that campy per se because of all of the light vehicle play. We have an M20, we have a Puma, we have a Scott, so they're furiously microing these light vehicles the entire time, and that's why setting up, you know, team weapons that don't require that much micro attention. You can just set them up in, you know, in the green cover, and then pay attention to your delicate light vehicles and try and get the maximum benefit out of them.
What do you think of the infantry support gun from OMGPOP? I mean, I understand that he needs a little bit of an indirect fire as well. He can't just keep getting punished by that Scott, but do you think the infantry support gun will pay for itself?
No, not really. I don't think it will. It's extremely expensive. It's a big manpower setback, and he also spent a ton on that retreat point unlock. He is doing well holding the line, but I'm honestly kind of surprised he's not being overwhelmed.
Let's see. This would be the chance for the infantry support gun to shine. He can range the retreat point. You know, I wonder if he knows exactly where he should be firing, and I'm sort of surprised that he's not. Here it goes. Now he's barraging that area, and you know he could get a big hit. We'll see if he can.
Maybe, but
roll
on the right
dice.
side, Simon is making this big push on OMGPOP's base with his Scott. He's like blasting the base defenses with his Scott, and I'm wondering if he's going to think about trying to steal them.
Oh, that would be such a hot move. That would be such a hot move. But then, of course, you know, when he does that, he's weakening his position in the center. And look at Pop. Man, Pop is moving the forces forward.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to punish him for making that super aggressive base attack. And I don't know if he's going to be able to hold this position. His ambulance is 2 shots from dead if that Puma finds it.
The ambulance is hiding behind the hedgerow. I wonder if Simon, how long he's going to stay with this base rush. He's working on the flak and placement. It's at about half health. The Jackson hits the field, maybe perhaps to save the day, because OMGPOP is pushing so hard at this cutoff point. If he's able to win this skirmish and annihilate this position, I can't see Simon, surviving, because after he takes out this position, he can work on the units that are trapped behind the lines.
And Jackson just missed his first shot, but the Puma landed in. And a Puma can beat a Jackson. Oh, Jackson just missed twice.
Oh, the infantry gun gets 4 kills. Rifles are dying. That was the ding, ding, ding shot that I was talking about. It had that potential, and it just delivered. This shot misses completely. We're getting vet in the units. Simon's got an MG back here, the 50 cal machine gun. He's trying to stop the Axis infantry from flooding forward, but that little infantry gun, man, it is plugging away, and it really adds an element. It adds an element to this fight. Oh my God, what a hit! What a hit! He punishes Simon for blobbing up in that little point, and the little infantry support gun, man, so often criticized for not being able to carry its weight, is coming through for OMGPOP. What's going on in the north? I see one of the base emplacements is down, and that OMGPOP is bringing out a little Raketenwerfer. I see both of the base emplacements are down.
And Obersoldaten brought down to 1 out of 4 men, by the way, while that whole engagement was happening by a lucky Scott shot.
Oh, they're at a forward position. They're too afraid to retreat. Well, now let's see. What are they doing where they are? They could retreat just to the headquarters. I don't know why they're just standing there.
I think he's just forgotten about that.
Too much micro going on.
Yeah, there's 2 engagements happening simultaneously.
All right, Simon's popping smoke and backing out of the fight. He doesn't like that one little Raketenwerfer, though. I mean, he could just go in there and kite it and kill it easily. I don't think he realizes how weak OMGPOP is in his base, because there's no reason he needs to retreat away from that unless he's planning to pull those forces back and stop this flood, this red tide that is flooding and has already capped the cutoff point and is preventing Simon from safely leaving his base.
Yeah, he probably wants to go in on that Raketenwerfer, but the thing is, there's still two flak emplacements there, and they really do very nice damage to Scots and M20, so he can't really just dive in there.
Oh my god, I feel like Simon is just threading the needle. Okay, his ambulance goes down. He's got all of these understrength American infantry forces forward in this little narrow sliver of land. He's trying to hide behind these hedgerows. He's trying to keep some kind of foothold on the, across the river. And now he's finally moving his forces from the north back into the center. This is getting extremely desperate for Simon.
He really couldn't afford to lose the cutoff outside of his base. If you noticed, the ambulance could no longer reinforce his squads once he was cut off, because you can only reinforce in your own territory out of an American ambulance. And that cutoff maneuver was huge for him in losing control of the center. And I don't know if he's going to be able to make it back across. He's going to have to make he's going to have to make an amazing push with good use of Scott smoke. And he needs his Jackson to stop missing that Puma. It's missed like 4 shots.
Oh my goodness. This Puma now has double vet. He's killed 13 infantry. He just takes out the M20. Man, he is connecting on his shots. Now the Jackson's just saying, I've had enough of this. The Puma pops smoke, retreats.
Another miss.
Yeah, the Jackson just he can't find it. He can't find the target. Oh man, here come the Okave infantry now. They're going hunting. They know that Simon's so weak in the north. Does he have anything to stop this infantry push? 1 rifle squad here and a triple vet vehicle crew. And the Scott still plugging away. Yeah, the Scott has to connect. He's really hoping the Scott will connect on some of its shot, but it's just not doing it. And there's so much Axis infantry pushing forward, although OMGPOP's not going to force the issue. He's going to retreat that infantry. Interesting. I would have thought...
charging back across the bridge. Oh, infantry support gun nails his lieutenant.
Again? This thing has been a star, man. I posed that question to you of whether it would carry its weight, and it has proved that it could carry its weight. It has 17 kills and double vet.
Full rifle squad could go down.
Oh, what a hard break! What a hard break, man. He just, oh man, loses it on retreat on the bridge.
And that's vet 2 for the ISG, and you know what? OMGPOP proved me wrong twice. I thought the ISG was a mistake, and I thought that Schwer Panzer headquarters was a mistake, and that neither of them have even taken damage.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Pop is looking very comfortable. Aimstrong clearly on the back foot. He's got units stranded behind the lines. This really feels like the Battle of the Bulge, doesn't it? I mean, it's like his supply lines are totally cut off. His units have to like sneak their way. Just what happened? I missed it. What happened?
Full over squad just went down to 1 Scott shot from full health. That was a lottery win that Simon absolutely needed.
Wow, I totally missed that. I'm sorry, my viewers, but you could see the Obersoldaten crying in agony now and crawling around. So, okay, the Scott, he's got to hope that it keeps delivering to keep him in this game. Aimstrong's really counting on them. His squads are getting really low. He's going to have to retreat this vehicle crew. The Axis infantry's pushing around the corner. They don't care about capping. They care about killing. The shreked up squad's looking for the Jackson. Other squads are working on the infantry.
That Jackson can't squeeze through that gap, I think. Yeah, that's why it's trying to rotate around backwards and go the other way.
Are you kidding, really? Oh, that's painful. Oh no, the Shreks are having their time with it. We've got artillery coming in against this MG position of OMGPOPs. The Jackson's trying to survive. He needs to crush the carcass of the ambulance. Uh-oh, he's getting a bit hung up. Keep motoring, buddy. Keep motoring. Let's see, this could be the great escape of the Jackson. I don't know if he can do it. The Puma's hungry. The Puma delivers the kill shot, and that's only appropriate because this Puma has been a monster all game long, and it has been in the bane of Simon's existence.
Absolutely nothing in his army can take that thing on because his Jackson shots just won't connect, and he really needed them to.
Timber! We got structures collapsing, and, Simon was able to recap the point right in front of the bridge, but the Axis infantry are there, and they look like they're ready to take it back, but Simon's not going to go down easy. A nice squad
There
wipe.
go the Volksgrenadier squad.
That was a shot from the Scott, wasn't it, that killed him when they were trying to retreat?
Yeah, and a burst from the LMGs on his paratroopers, which are really quite dangerous at range.
Oh, the infantry support gun's still getting work done. You know, the Allied infantry are forced to go through this choke point, and the infantry support gun's just wailing on them, and Simon's going to have to hard retreat 4 or 5 of his squads.
Fortunately, he has had the presence of mind, despite his bad situation, to harass the bottom. He is sending some paratroopers through there, so that's a little silver lining, I guess.
He's about to lose his MG if he doesn't retreat. He can't afford to lose anything. Look at the horde of Axis infantry coming. Wow, the Scott is still doing work. The Scott's now got double vet and 19 kills. The MG does indeed fall. The Axis infantry, you know, the Obersoldat and another squad is back. They're going to come, and they're going to once again cap that cutoff point. And although the paratroopers have made their way to the right VP, you know, I think maybe Aimstrong's thinking now there's no way I'm going to win this. Let me just see if I can do some VP harassment. But, you know, capping 1 VP is not going to help him at all, because to reverse the flow of the drain, he would have to at least cap 2 VPs, and that's going to be tough.
That being said, though, I mean, he just wiped another Volksgrenadier squad. OMGPOP is now down to only 2 Volksgrenadier squads remaining and some Obersoldaten. So his army isn't actually that strong. He's lost a lot of stuff. The Scott has 20 kills. The ISG has 19. So the Scott's actually winning in that regard. It's just territory. He just can't get the map presence he needs to start applying pressure in the middle again.
Romeo, I have never seen so many bodies strewn across, you know, the bridge exit on Samosky. Look at that. It is just littered with death and destruction. You can still see the carcass of the Jackson there. Okay, he's still fighting, man. He's clawing. You know, the Puma had to go away to deal with paratroopers, and that gave Simon a little opportunity to push out. He's trying to make the most of it. Now the Puma is attacking the Jackson, which picks up triple vet. Oh, the Puma gets another shot, almost kills it. Oh, Will Pop, go for it. A long-range shot, being destroyed, but does not kill it. Simon pops smoke and somehow narrowly survives. That Puma, I thought Pop might just go straight in after him and try to kill Aimstrong Scott, but he didn't go for it.
So the real problem here for Simon is that a Königstigr is in production. That King Tiger's gonna.
Oh my goodness! You're kidding me!
That's gonna hit the field soon, and he would have a chance against it if his first Jackson were still alive, because he's gonna have his second Jackson now. But 1 Jackson is not enough. He doesn't have the manpower to be paradropping another AT gun, and even then, an AT gun is not gonna do much. And he doesn't have the munitions for a P-47 because he's dropped major artillery twice for some reason.
Oh my God, we are gonna see the infamous Tiger 2, the King Tiger, come in here. The Scott is prepared. He's got triple vet and 20 kills. When is the KT on the field? Sunday Night Fights. Warm welcome to the biggest beast of World War II, the biggest beast on the battlefield. Okay, so maybe the mouse was bigger, but this, as a tank that was produced in any amount of numbers, is the monster of Company of Heroes, and we have to give it a full-screen introduction as it lumbers onto the field at Samosky, saying, I am gonna close the door on this Allied insurrection. Puma's now got 4 stars, 15 kills. It's getting a little low, though.
Its acceleration and speed is insane, though. Look at its amazing mobility. It's so hard to take it out at this point.
Whoa, what did all of that killing? I saw tons of blue XP go up. There was smoke. Oh my God, the Death of Destruction. It's hard to see what's going on now. Where's the Königstigr? Where is that bad boy? Here he comes, lumbering down. He's ready to lay in his first round against the Allies.
Again, OMGPOP is actually, besides his King Tiger, his infantry is looking very weak. The Scott wiped another Volksgrenadier squad. OMGPOP has only 1 Volksgrenadier squad left and 1 Obersoldaten squad, and the Obers haven't even got any veterancy.
Oh, the Königstigr connects with his first shot, taking out a few members of the airborne squad. Man, these Volksgrenadiers that already have a Czech just picked up a light machine gun. Or is that a bar? I guess they got a bar, didn't they? They got a bar.
No, it's a paratrooper LMG.
Oh, even worse. Even worse. That is a filthy squad now. He needs to reinforce them. But look at the squad right now. It's one dude with a Shrek and one dude with an LMG. Nasty. They're so nasty. And
That's
the
true.
Königstiger is camping.
Are like one of the worst squads you can give heavy weapons to because of their insane durability and accuracy bonuses when they vet up.
Aimstrong did a little bit more harassment of the VP in the south. Actually, he might have gotten a few ticks off, didn't he? Because he had the VP in the north for a time. So, you know, every VP counts. This is a best of 3. And, you know, if Simon can win his axes, I'm assuming that OMGPOP is going to close this out, then every VP matters. Right now, OMGPOP has 402, so that's the number to remember at the moment.
We have secured the target.
a loud sigh from USF fanboy Romeo.
That was a sigh of desperate relief. That Vet 5 Puma took a long shot at that Jackson and missed it by a hair, and it would have been destroyed. And that was a loss that Simon could not afford. He needs that second Jackson to hit the field. He'll have the fuel for it very soon.
Man, look at this Puma with the King Tiger in the background. Is this a screenshot right here? I got to hit it print screen, baby. That's going to go straight into the overlays. That is just gorgeous. OMGPOP showing OKV strength.
31 kills on that Scott, by the way. 28 on the ISG. The Scott is slowly pulling ahead, and it's wiped countless squads. The MG34 just went down in the middle. Oh, and he could catch this Oversold squad in the south. Those riflemen are going to chase, and they're so low.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Well, yeah. He didn't. I don't know if he could have gotten it or not. Perhaps. What a funny retreat path, right? It's because they're going back to their forward HQ, of course. And
yeah,
I mean,
definitely could have gotten it if he got lucky while they were crossing the red cover there. He
we can
should have
see.
tried.
We can see that Aimstrong only cares about VP harassment. He's trying to lower the top VP and the bottom VP, and that's what he has to do, lower them both at once. And I just love the fighting spirit that we're seeing. You know, this is tournament fighting from Aimstrong right here. This VP harassment. If he can get another tick off, you know, from 402, then you got to give him props. Should this go to a third game?
Speaking of fighting for his life, he has a MG34 crewed by a vehicle crew right now.
Yeah, I saw that capture in the center. And here comes this just incredibly filthy good Volksgrenadier squad with an LMG and a Shrek. They're down to 2 minutes. Nades coming
going
in.
out.
Oh, they're going to retreat just in time.
Dodged.
Well microed by OMGPOP. And let's see. Okay, well, you know, he's not going to get any more drain because the little push was in the north was stopped before he could raise that VP. Ooh, a big hit from the Königstiger. He's killing infantry. The airborne are down to 1 man. Run, easy company, run! Okay, you know Aimstrong's going to fight to the bitter end. I just believe it because, you know, he's controlling a VP now. If he can get that top one, then this is worth every single bit of his efforts.
Absolutely. And just look at the crazy harassment effort he's put in. He actually still controls the fuel point outside of OMGPOP's
I know,
base.
how is that possible? And now OMGPOP's like, maybe this Raketenwerfer should just slow down a bit and cap this point. Yes, it should.
I guess I want some territory.
Yeah, okay, new Jackson's on the field. Aimstrong's trying to build some kind of armor force to attempt to contend with that quintuple vet Puma and now Tiger 2.
We think that King Tiger's impressive, but the really elite unit on this field is that Puma.
Right, with the 5th star of vet, tracking vision, enemy units can be spotted behind the line of sight blockers. That's the 5th vet advantage for the Puma. Okay, Obersoldaten are going to stop the harassment in the south and might kill this triple vet rifle squad. No, I think he's going to be able to escape.
I cannot believe Simon still hasn't tech grenades to give him access to smoke so he can escape those
look at
situations.
Simon going for the Puma. I think he might have him. Nice work.
Finally, there it goes.
Congratulations. Quintuple vet Puma down. A surprise attack around the south with the 2 Jacksons. That's a good hit. That's a very good hit.
Just like I said before, he needed that second Jackson to give him that extra bit of firepower so that the Puma's mobility can't save it and the King Tiger can finally start getting chipped away.
All right, well, Aimstrong himself has 108 victory points, so he does have a little bit of time to attempt to grab a few more off of OMGPOP. He's pushing up with an airborne squad and an MG against this Obersoldaten. This is too close to call who's going to win this. I'm thinking Obersoldaten.
Easily.
Yeah,
they
okay,
can't
right. At
cross
range?
that red
Oh,
cover.
look at that. Oh, that's
they just
terrible.
got destroyed.
They got wrecked. R-E-K-K. R-E-K-T, wrecked. KT as in Königstiger. All right, Aimstrong does have healthy armor. That's all. That's about what we can say for his situation. He has healthy armor, but he's just going for it. Wow.
Yeah,
okay, here he comes.
Jackson's like main battle tanks, like their M10s and COH1. I don't think it's gonna work though.
The first one falls. The guys go catapulting into the sky.
Looks like a desperation move to me. He's barely even scratched it.
Oh, the KT, he wants to give chase. Now he's decided to rotate.
Wow, he must not be scared of that Jackson at all if he's facing his rear armor towards it.
I know, right? Are you surprised that Simon never called in an AT gun?
Not really. The AT gun can't even honestly really hurt a King Tiger. I'm surprised he didn't call one in earlier to put pressure on that super aggressive Schwer Panzer headquarters.
Oh,
but,
the KT
point,
mows down a rifleman, annihilating a squad with his treads. And that might have been Aimstrong's last hurrah. I wonder how long. Well, he's down to 30 VPs, so he's triple capped. That is, that's half a minute, and this game's over.
Absolutely. There's no coming back from this situation with those two Jacksons just kind of thrown away. He really needed to kind of methodically chip away at the King Tiger from range. He just ran out of time, really, is what it comes down to.
All right, it's down to 9. I'm doing the portrait of the Königstiger, the first time we've ever seen one on Sunday Night Fights channel, competitive Company of Heroes 2 action at the top level. It was the Puma that was the star of the show. Down to 2, and that's it. GG. Well played, OMGPOP. Very impressive. Check out this squad. It's quintuple vet, Volksgrenadier with an LMG and a Shrek. What badasses. They have 15 kills. And surprising everyone here, the little LIG light infantry support gun with 31 and 4 pips of vet. Impressive. What a wonderful game, Romeo. And if it's going to be like this. Oh, wait, sorry. I got one more thing. Check this out, guys. Guys, why is it? What's going on? Oh, okay. Here we go.